social.
And we are update our situation around you. And we will talking about the Nepal earthquake. Our special guest in this morning is lecturer of School of Liberal Arts in Nepal University. And please welcome to Ajahn Derek Berry.
How are you doing? How are you today?
Very good. Thank you for asking.
Let's start first. How do you know about the Nepal earthquake?
I first heard about it on the BBC News website.
And how did you feel about the disaster?
I feel terrible about it. Obviously, I visited Nepal before, and I can imagine how bad the situation must be.
Yes.
May I ask, when did you visit Nepal?
I visited twice, but it was quite a long time ago, maybe 6 or 7 years ago.
Any impression?
I loved it. It's one of my favorite countries in Asia. It's very beautiful, and the people are very nice.
You went to Nepal alone, right?
Yes, I traveled alone, yes. I like to travel alone.
Okay. For me, what is your think after the incident and which would affect Nepal people the most?
Well, Nepalese people are very poor to begin with. They don't have many things. So when a disaster like this happens, they have even less. So I think the most important thing now is survival, food, water, things like that.
In your opinion, how would it take for Nepal fully recover?
I think maybe 6 months the society can recover, and the people can recover. Human society is a very strong organism. But you know, what they've lost in terms of history can never be recovered.
And the earthquake have destroyed many buildings, includes temple and landmarks. So what do you think about the possibility for recovery of those buildings?
Well, the modern buildings, there's no problem. Well, there is a problem. They don't have a lot of money. But they can be rebuilt at some time. But the historical buildings, they are gone forever. You cannot replace pieces of history. If something is 500 years old and it is destroyed, you can never rebuild it. It's gone.
The building can build up the entire history walls.
Well, even the historical temples and there are big parts of Nepal cities that are very, very, very old, and they can never be replaced.
And how do you prepare for the earthquake? And if it happened in Thailand, what would you prepare?
Well, it has happened in Thailand. It happened to me last year, and I was very afraid, and I had to run out of my house. But I haven't prepared anything. I'm an optimist, but I think it's important to have clean water. In Thailand, we are very lucky. I mean, you will not be hungry. You can go outside and pick fruit off the trees, and you are not too cold. We don't have the same problems that they have in Nepal. So if you are not dead in the earthquake, surviving afterwards is not as challenging as it is in Nepal. I think the most important thing is clean water. And will I prepare? No, because I'm an optimist.
How did you feel when this happened earthquake?
I was very, well, I've been in earthquakes before. I lived in Japan and there were earthquakes quite often. And then I lived in New Zealand and we had earthquakes there. But when it happened in Chiang Rai, I knew, oh, this is an earthquake, but I was very surprised because I never thought that Thailand was an earthquake country. So my feeling was, oh my God, what's happening?
When I was first year student and here I made yes, first time really excited. Oh, what happened? And I live in fourth floor of the building at dormitory.
Yeah, no, if I lived in a tall building,
Yes.
then I think my feeling would have been worse. Yeah.
Actually, the luckiest of them all, when earthquake hits, I put down there.
You were outside. Oh, you were in Bangkok.
Our luckiest one.
Yeah. You were not here. Well, maybe coming today. No.
Hope not.
Maybe, oh my God.
Yeah, no, let's hope not.
And have you donated in any campaign for helping Nepal people yet?
No, I have not. And I feel quite bad. This is a difficult problem because so many agencies, aid agencies, are corrupt and they misuse the money. Well, they're not corrupt, but you know, these people, the aid agency workers, many aid agencies, they fly first class and they have Mercedes-Benz. And to me, this is wasting money. If I give an aid agency money, I want that to go to the people who need it. But if everybody feels the way I do, then nobody will give money. So I don't know what the answer is. I think the aid agencies should stop spending so much money, and they should be more open about how they spend money.
Well, I understand the point, but as you say, according to the BBC News, there are still some people that haven't received any help from the government. And what do you think happened?
Why do you think it happened?
Yes. Do you think it's because there are reasons? The way to travel?
Yeah, no, I think it is definitely connected with the region. Nepal does not have the infrastructure or the roads that Thailand has. And some of the regions in the Himalayas are very, very difficult to go to, even if there is no earthquake.
So instead of focusing the outside, there's a city first?
No, well, everybody needs aid. And I think people who live in small villages outside are probably more independent anyway, because their life is always separate. They don't have a 7-Eleven or a department store. So I think in some ways they are stronger, but this doesn't mean we can ignore them. But we can forget about roads. I mean, this is the problem because Nepal is not a rich country, so they need helicopters, but do they have these things?
Okay, the last one. In these past 10 years, there have been many disasters occurring around the world. Do you have any comment on that?
Well, I think it's going to get worse and worse and worse. I think it's directly connected to global warming. And I think it's too late to stop. I mean, even now, if we stop driving cars and we stop pollution, we needed to do that 20 years ago. And I think now we have changed the weather, we have changed the whole condition of the planet. And I think disasters will become much more common.
Well, according to teacher opinion about donate money for helping Nepal people, you need to be careful about the organization.
Agency.
Yes. Yeah, agency. Yes.
Just agency.
For donate the money to.
Okay, thank you for having us today.
Yes,